it's a day that you need support, or maybe it's a day that you fell short. It could be a time that you need some strength. Things coming at you and you need a fence. He will be there.
Welcome. Again, it's so great to talk to you all again, and just to hope that you are subscribing, you're following, it's motivating you just to tune in and to listen. And for some more, please reach out, message, anything that you have in mind that you probably have questions about or you want to reach out to. Start off with a story. There was this king of Rome. His name was Frederick II, right? And he's known for, the way he conquered different things, his battle schemes, that sort. And we're talking about the late 1800s. Don't quote me on it, but I think 1842, and throughout the course of his reign. But something else that he was known for. He was also known for these experiments that he did. He did these type of experiments, right, where he wanted to find out if babies can come up with their own original language. He thought he can go back and reverse the timing in how Adam and Eve, from his perspective, how they started to find out or discover language. So he tried to resemble this. He tried to recreate this. And the way he did this was this. He got a bunch of babies, and then he talked to whoever it was, his maid servants or whoever, he told them, he said, look, just nurture them, but don't have any communication with them whatsoever. Don't talk to them. Don't communicate with them whatsoever. Do you know what ended up happening from lack of communication? Lack of that play, that lack of just support in the sense of that other body next to them. They end up dying. So that comes to me to just bring to your attention, or to talk about something else, just the beauty of us. I think that's long and forgotten. I sit back and I watch a lot of people on Snap, Instagram, TikTok, all social media platforms. And one thing that I see in common is how we all sometimes have people around us. As the story just showed, we need people around us. I do believe that we're relational people, and to add further in that, I want you to understand that people is beautiful. The creation of people is beautiful, and we need that. That's huge. That is huge to us, because if we don't have that right person with us, or we don't have that right person alongside with us, then things begin to be a little harder. Now, please hear me out. I'm not saying that you need someone to get further. I'm not saying that you can't make it on your own, because no, there's some stories where people make it on their own. That's not what this is about. What this is trying to open your eyes is to realize that we as beautiful people need to acknowledge that we need each other. Now, as my last episode, I talked about just the art of separation and how we need to build that skill to separate ourselves from people that don't fit. Well, that fits in the same concept. In the same concept, we need to be able to have people that help us out, have people that help us grow, and have people that help us mature, have people that's going to push us alongside into our pathways that we ignite ourselves into, or lead us along that journey that we want to go to, because it's vital and it's very important. So take that in reference, and take that and still have that under your tool belts to realize that we need people, that we're beautiful people. Yeah, just many examples that I've seen. I remember, when I was doing just a research. And I remember how I came across this website, and it was talking about people with disability. And it was reaching out and talking about the support that was needed. And the way they articulated this need for help was that they said they know sometimes, as being someone's disabled, that they need help for a long period of time because of whatever their predicament is. So the challenges sometimes come to us in our lives is sometimes we don't realize that we're just like that. Not to say that we experience something, and I don't want to take away of the traumatic experience that they've been through or whatever their disability is. I don't want to take that away. But the concept that I want you to understand is sometimes we might be trapped, or sometimes we may feel as we don't have a certain part. And the beauty of creation of people is that understanding that that other person may have that part that we need. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that it's easy, but it is something that we're going to have to discover. It is something that we're going to have to filter through, and maybe sometimes we're going to have to go through the muck to find it. But are you willing to go through that muck in finding it? And yes, it may be troubling and it may be hard, but there are some beautiful people in this world that can help us get us there. It's about searching. Like another research that I went through and finding out about this organization and this woman that is part of this organization, and she was talking about cancer. And she was talking about how she had just a life of as being a hairdresser. This is what made her wanting to help contribute to this campaign that helps people fight for cancer. She said, as a hairdresser, she comes across plenty of people, and then she builds that closeness with them. She hears their story, they grow, their kids become her customers, and it just grows a lifetime, and you hear different stories. And just noticing how she makes so much of an impact in people's lives, she wants to contribute. And that contribution may help somebody out. So you don't know what you could do or what you can help out somebody else with. What this means is you may be that hidden talent that somebody's waiting for so that you can help them out. Or that help is just around the corner. You just have to be patient and let life flow. Enjoy life. And that's what I continuously talk about, just the beauty of life and the beauty of living and the beauty of knowing what life is about. And that takes us to discover ourselves. And yes, it's going to take us to discover life. But are you willing to take that time to discover life? Are you willing to push your passion and push your dream and push your passion within your dream to make it something fulfilling or to make it something grow? What are you willing to do to push yourself? What are you willing to do to not just stay at a point where it's just a comfortable level? As I talked before, you're on your path and then you find a comfortable set and you just forget about excelling yourself to the utmost. Well, no, don't stop there. You got to keep going. You got to keep pushing yourself. You got to keep motivating yourself. And you got to get yourself plugged and find that support that's out there. Because if you look, people are beautiful and they're there for you. The right ones are there for you. Like I know myself, I have a mentor who's always there for me and always there to help me out if I need. Actually is growing, igniting pathways. He is always there to be that extra. If something is along the line, if a case is hard or I'm finding difficulties with one of my coaches, clientels that I'm coaching, especially in just the marital realm, he could just come in and just help me out and guide through if I need that extra just wisdom or that extra guidance or that extra information that I probably didn't have. Because when I care for the different people that I come in contact with, for the different people that I coach, when I care, I'm giving you utmost, because at Igniting Pathways, we believe that your passion that you're pushing through is something that shouldn't take lightly. Because when you get there, when you experience it, when you do what you love, and you push yourself through, you will see the glorious of it. And then you start to enjoy life. And that's what we all want to do, especially in our times of troubles. And when I mean troubles, we go through some difficult things. And sometimes we are trapped inside ourselves and we cannot see the support anywhere. Sometimes all we see is the suffering. Sometimes we mask the suffering. But I'm here to tell you, don't mask it. Let someone know. And again, as I always offer, me just being a coach or me being a coach and a motivator, as I always say, if you need, reach out. Definitely reach out, because you don't need to stay trapped. You need to enjoy life in that glamorous light. And it just can't just be what the normal function is or the normal day-to-day things. It has to be where you're at your utmost and you are loving what you do. You are loving the place that you're at. You're loving where you're growing to, and you're loving what you're inspiring to. And your whole mentality is focused, and it's just purely. Now, it's not to say we're not going to have troubles along the way. It's not going to say that we're not going to have. But what we don't want to do, it's kind of like the story that I explained in the beginning. What we don't want to do is we want to be trapped in that place where we don't feel like we're cut off and then we just die off. We don't want to be at that place. We want to be at a place where we're full of festivities and we're just learning and we're growing and we're having that nice atmosphere of where we created and we pushed to get to. And we continue to have that passion and drive to grow. So what's stopping us? Don't let it be you're scared to put yourself out there, or you're scared of vulnerability. Don't be. In the world, I understand we get hurt. And I understand in the world, we don't want to push ourselves out there. I understand as a man, sometimes you don't want to put yourself out there because it can be shown as weakness, or you can't handle it, or you're not a man itself. Or as I talk to different women, it just could be not trusting, or don't want to get backstabbed, or don't want to go through different trials, or going through that. Or you had a best friend that didn't turn out right, or turned their back on you, or you've seen a whole lot of, to use the terminology, a lot of fake people. I do understand that. But does that challenge us to be more diligent in what we do? Or does that challenge us to give up? I suggest don't go the give up route. Challenge ourselves to be more diligent. So what does that mean? That means we got to do our homework. We got to know, what does it mean to have support? What does it mean to have a good person supporting you? What does it mean to have a person that you trust? What does it mean to have a person that's actually lifting you up rather than the person that's putting you down? I don't know about you, but these are all beautiful questions that I love about life. And I love discovery about people. Because when people reveal who they are, or people reveal who they want to be, you then get to make the choice of, do I want to associate myself with that person, or do I want to be a part of that person? That does not mean the person is bad, because the person is still beautiful. It just means the connection that you have with that person is not with that person. And you need to go find somebody that you have a connection with. It's all the beauty in the creation of life. As I said before, sometimes I check out and I just see how certain people are on social media just having so much fun, and new people that I come in tune with, and I'm looking at their platforms and they're enjoying that life. And the question that I have in my head is, are they doing what they love to do? And if they love doing what they're doing, how much more would it mean if they're teaching somebody else? Or if they do what they're doing plus this, it just elevates to more. And I hope nobody's masking it just because of the troubles or understanding. No, let's do that. Plus, let's do what we love to do. That is going to be that's going to be the most fantastic thing that we love about life. And that's what's going to continue to help us grow. So when we're looking for somebody that we love and somebody that supports us, We want to make sure that person's bringing us up. That person's not bringing our downfalls. That person's telling us the truth, telling us what we need to hear. Because sometimes what we need to hear is not easy, but guess what? That's what we need to hear. That is what we need to work on. That's what we need to fix. Make sure that support person is there for you. Now, we understand life goes on, so I'm not saying that person is 24/7, but that person is there for you when you need it. That person is there for you to shed some tears or shed or have your back or is right there for you at that time of need. And also, most important, kind of as a system of where it's the trust fall, where that person leans far, that person is willing to throw out their hands for you. And when I say hands, I don't mean about fighting, I mean about supporting you. They become an anchor for you where you can stand sometimes when you're feeling weak. That's the beauty of life. We have somebody and we always have somebody. And I understand sometimes we say, well, that's my family. Well, nobody said that the support can't come from your family. Support can come from friends. Support can come from all over. Because guess what? We're all beautiful and wonderful people. So don't stop. Explore the beauty of life and continue that beauty and never let it stop. And go out there and get your support.
Hi, Drew.